Falcons fans, the story keeps getting bigger, and it's not just about the offense lighting up the field. Today's joint practice against the Titans had moments that could shift the entire outlook for this season. But first, let's talk about the injuries, because there's some real uncertainty that has fans on edge. The biggest question? Darnell Mooney. His status for Week 1 is still a mystery. Coach Raheem Morris gave answers that were confusing, to say the least. He said he feels confident Mooney will return to health, but couldn't give a clear timeline for when that will happen. Week 1 against the Buccaneers? Possibly. Later in the season? Maybe. Right now, we just don't know. Falcons fans, this is one of those wait-and-see situations that could have a big impact on the passing game. My personal guess? He might miss the opener, but it won't be a long-term issue. Other Falcons also missed practice today, and while none of these are major red flags, they're worth watching. Clark Phillips stayed off the field with a rib injury. Carlos Washington is nursing a hamstring. Jamal Agnew had an undisclosed absence, and Caleb Johnson sat out for personal reasons. None of this screams alarm, but in a team where depth and timing matter, every practice counts. The takeaway here is simple. Falcons fans, pay attention. These small injuries could affect rotations and reps for Week 1. Coaches are juggling lineups, managing workloads, and trying to see who can step up if starters aren't available. It's these early glimpses in joint practices that tell the real story of preparation. What do you think, Falcons fans? Will Darnell Mooney be ready to go in Week 1? Which player's absence worries you the most heading into the season? Drop your thoughts in the comments, smash that like button if you're pumped for the Falcons, and let's keep the conversation going. Falcons fans, hold on to your seats, because there's some real intrigue on the quarterback front. Michael Penix is officially a no-go for Friday's practice, but Kirk Cousins? He might make an appearance, and if he does, you can bet he's coming out swinging. Make no mistake, Cousins isn't happy being a backup. This is a guy who knows he can still play at a high level, and if he steps on that field, he'll be showing every team why he deserves a shot to start somewhere. There's been chatter linking him to the Cleveland Browns, but let's be real, their quarterback situation is a mess. They've got enough quarterbacks to start a basketball team, so that might not be the best landing spot. Keep an eye on other teams, though. Injuries happen fast in preseason, and someone like Cousins could suddenly become a hot commodity. The New Orleans Saints might even be in the mix, but a trade with the Falcons? That seems unlikely. Here's the bigger picture. If the Falcons were to trade Cousins, it would free up a whopping $27.5 million in cap space. That's huge. Not only would the team still have one of the best backup quarterbacks in the league, but that money could also help make midseason moves, sign key free agents, or bolster weak spots before the trade deadline. It's a strategic chess piece for the Falcons, a move that could reshape the roster in ways we haven't even seen yet. Now, shifting to the offense, there's some fire lighting up the practice field. Michael Penix and Drake London were absolutely connecting like magic today. Penix started a little slow, but by the middle of practice, he was sharp, accurate, and hitting London on routes that left defenders in the dust. The highlight? A one-on-one go route where London faked inside, broke outside, and ran almost untouched to the goal line. Penix dropped a perfect throw, and London made a jaw-dropping catch just shy of the end zone. That connection is the one to watch as we head into Week 1. It's clear Penix and London have chemistry, and if they can keep building it, this could become one of the most dangerous quarterback-receiver duos on the Falcons. The offense is starting to hum, and the energy is contagious. Every throw, every route, every catch is showing that this team could be ready to surprise a lot of people. Falcons fans, what do you think? Will Kirk Cousins show enough to earn a starting shot elsewhere, or is he just showing off in practice? And how dangerous can the Penix-London connection be in Week 1? Drop your thoughts in the comments. Hit that like button if you're fired up for the offense, and let's break it all down together. Falcons fans, it's time to talk about the clash at the line of scrimmage because today, the offense faced a serious test. Jeffrey Simmons, the Titans' defensive tackle and hands down their best player, absolutely dominated. And when I say dominated, I mean he wrecked the Falcons' second-string offensive line, and gave the starters a run for their money. This is the kind of player who can completely change the game with just one snap, and the Falcons' offensive line had to battle just to stay in the fight. It's a tough reminder that while the offense is building momentum, there are still areas that need work before week one. But it wasn't all negatives. Michael Penix was shining, connecting beautifully with his receivers. Drake London continues to look like a top weapon, and today, Jesse Matthews and Casey Washington made some huge plays. Casey Washington, in particular, caught a perfect 60-yard bomb from Penix, a throw so precise it could have been on a highlight reel. Penix is starting to really open up, showing he can push the ball downfield and make big plays when it counts. The excitement is real, the offense is finding its rhythm, and the energy is building. Still, the burning question remains. When will we see the first string offense? It's one thing to see backups like Easton Stick or Emory Jones run plays, but the Falcons fans want to see the starters execute. We want that real quarterback play. We want to see the big names on the field making the magic happen. Now let's flip the page because defensively, the Falcons were a revelation today. A+. No, scratch that, an A++ performance. The secondary was relentless. Pass breakups were flying everywhere, interceptions popping up left and right. Every single minute, beat reporters were texting updates, PBU here, interception there. It was nonstop chaos for the Titans quarterbacks. The standout moment? A.J. Terrell tipped a pass perfectly into the air, and Jesse Bates caught it clean, racing it all the way for a pick six. 6 points, just like that, and the crowd goes wild. But it wasn't just that one play. Bates had multiple pass breakups and nearly another interception, showing he's locked in and playing with incredible focus. Terrell, too, was a force in coverage, shutting down routes and creating pressure everywhere. These two are setting the tone for the Falcons' defense this season, showing what it means to play fast, aggressive, and smart. Falcons fans, if this doesn't get you fired up for week one, I don't know what will. The defense is proving it can dominate, the offense is starting to click, and the energy from joint practices is real. This team is shaping up, and the excitement is building every single day. Falcons fans, what do you think? Did the defense dominate enough to make a statement heading into the season? And which offensive connection excites you the most? Penix to London or Penix to Washington? Drop your thoughts in the comments. Hit that like button if you're fired up for week one, and let's break it all down together. Falcons fans, let's keep the spotlight on the defense because this secondary is starting to make some serious noise. The defensive backfield was lights out today, dominating Cam Ward, and the Titans' passing game with sticky coverage and constant pressure. Every time the ball came their way, it seemed like someone was there to disrupt it. A.J. Terrell, Nathan Brooks, Mike Ford, and Jesse Bates were all making plays, proving that this Falcons secondary isn't just good, it's starting to look like one of the elite groups in the NFL. And speaking of making plays, Arnold Ida had an absolutely explosive showing on the defensive line. He brought relentless pressure all day, and even racked up a sack on Brandon Allen. That play wasn't just a highlight, it forced Allen out of the game temporarily after he went down getting evaluated. No dirty hits, just football intensity and impact. Arnold is showing that he can be a true game changer, the kind of player who can swing the momentum with one perfect play. Xavier What's also turned some heads today. Seeing him take first-team reps with all the big boys was impressive, but honestly, it's exactly what Falcons fans want to see. This kid has the talent, the speed, and the instinct to wreak havoc on opposing quarterbacks. He's a future disruptor, a safety who can turn a game on its head. And the fact that he's sharing reps with veterans only adds depth and firepower to a Falcons defense that is shaping up to be elite. Let's be real, the Falcons safety room might be one of the best in the NFL. If it's not number one, it's definitely top 3. This group has range, physicality, and smarts, and the way they're executing in practice is a huge reason for optimism heading into 2025. Between the veteran leadership and the young playmakers, this secondary is showing it can handle big moments and big opponents. Falcons fans, here's the big question for you. Where will this secondary finish in 2025? Top 20? Top 15? Top 10? Last year, they were around 24th or 25th, but this year, with the way AJ Terrell, Jesse Bates, Nathan Brooks, and Xavier Watts are performing, top 15 feels completely within reach. This is a group that can take the defense to a whole new level and keep opposing quarterbacks awake at night. So, Falcons fans, what do you think? Will this secondary rise into the top 15 by the end of the season, or could they even break into the top 10? Drop your predictions in the comments. Hit that like button if you're fired up for this defense. And let's ride into 2025 knowing the Falcons are building something special.